Blessed day to you all my sports to the bone people. Back at it again with another video. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope everybody is doing okay. Hope you're all having a magnificent day so far. Now, I have two stories to look at in this one. We see where I was doing some reading this morning and I came across an article where, according to them, they are decoding the key player battles in the second test between West Indies and Australia. So basically, we're going to be identifying about 3 or 4 players from each team, and we're going to be looking at how they match up against each other, right? We're also going to be talking a little bit about former West Indies captain Rovman Powell, who will be taking part in the inaugural Global Super League. Yes, he has actually signed for the Dubai Capitals and will be doing battle in this upcoming league. So just give a listening ear until the end and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's start off with this story about the West Indies players matching up again with the Australian players. So taking this from a website called the NewsBytes, I was just doing some reading this morning and I came across this and thought that, I could share it. So the headline says, West Indies versus Australia, second test, decoding key player battles. So just a little backstory here before we go into the actual matchups. So it says the second test match of the ongoing series between West Indies and Australia will be played at the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, Grenada. They say the match is scheduled to start on July 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Right? Australia won the first test by 159 runs and now lead the 3-match series 1-0. They say here we look at the key player battles that can headline the second test. Now the number one battle here, Craig Brathwaite versus Mitchell Starc. Right, Craig Brathwaite versus Mitchell Starc. And under each battle, they have some information. So it says, veteran West Indies opener Craig Brathwaite fell twice to Mitchell Starc in the opening test. And the latter would be rearing to make the new ball talk once again. Right? They say, as per ESPN Cricket Info, so this is ESPN Cricket Info information now that I'm about to give. Starc has overall trapped Brathwaite 4 times across 14 test innings at an average of 20.25. Right, so Starc has gotten him out 4 times at an average of, right, as they just said, 20.25. So they say, meanwhile, the West Indies star has an average of 34.33 against left-arm pacers since the start of 2023. And that is in test cricket, as we know. Would be nice if he could get that up against Mitchell Starc, right? But these days, Craig Brathwaite, our most experienced player in the squad, seems as if he's finding it extremely difficult to score runs these days. And Mitchell Starc, as we know, experienced and will be looking to show his worth, right? We know the Ashes. I think the Ashes is next year, so everybody will want to make to show that where Australia is concerned that they are still fit and ready. All right, so that is the matchup there between Mitchell Starc and Craig Brathwaite. The second one, we have Usman Khawaja versus Shamar Joseph. Right, so Usman Khawaja versus Shamar Joseph. They say though West Indies lost the opening test, Shamar Joseph made headlines by grabbing 9 wickets in the game. Right? They say Usman Khawaja was one of his dismissals in Australia's first innings. They say the veteran openers battle with Joseph would be enticing in the second test, as well as the pacer has not trapped Khawaja in their other 4 test meetings. Joseph's test average against Southpaws reads 23.76. So he got him out, as I said, in the first test, but over, in the other games, in the other 4 test matches, he didn't, he wasn't able to get him. But overall, against left-handers, Shamar averages 23.76, right? So the third and final key battle that they have here, Travis Head versus Jaden Seals. Travis Head, the man that can take the game from you in a blink of an eye, right? But he will also probably serve up opportunities based on the type of cricket that he plays. So it says Travis Head scored twin 50s in the low scoring opening game and hence received the Player of the Match award. They said Jaden Seals, who claimed a first innings fifer in the opener, will have the onus to keep Head quiet. They said notably, Seals boasts an impressive average of 25 against left-handed batters in tests. However, Head has smashed him for 33 runs off 36 balls in the format without being dismissed. So they're saying that is a key battle there, right? Jaden Seals will have to try and work out, Travis Head in this game here. We have to get rid of him quite early. You understand? It doesn't mean that other players, other bowlers cannot get him out. Doesn't mean that other bowlers cannot get Brathwaite out, right? They're just looking at players and that they expect to really, be very important for their team in the early part. So that is it where that is concerned. Let's talk Rovman Powell. Now, we know the inaugural Global Super League is coming. It's approaching. And Rovman Powell will be a part of it. So I'm taking this from the Sportsmax website. Just bear with me. I'm going to do some reading. So the headline says, Rovman Powell signs with Dubai Capitals for inaugural Global Super League. So it says, West Indies all-rounder Rovman Powell is set to bring his explosive talents to the inaugural Global Super League. That's the GSL. Right? Having been signed by the reigning ILT20 champions, Dubai Capitals, ahead of the tournament's launch in Guyana from July 10 to 18. And just to remind you, this is a child, if you will, this is a child of Guyana, right? Brainchild of Guyana's cricket. So it says the former West Indies T20 captain and ILT20 final MVP is expected to be the the centerpiece of the Capitals' high-octane batting lineup. Known for his powerful hitting and match-winning presence at the crease, Powell's addition underscores the franchise's ambition to extend its dominance from the UAE to the Caribbean. Right? So just to remind you, Powell, as I said earlier, is an MVP in ILT20 cricket, right? In the final, right? It was the MVP in I think it was the last one or the one before. So, he's coming. He's coming in. He's said to be a part of this. So they said the Dubai Capitals, who lit up the International League T20 with their title-winning run, have assembled a dynamic squad featuring a potent mix of international stars and Caribbean firepower for the Guyana-based tournament. They said backing Powell with Barbados-born big hitter Kadeem Alain and left-arm pacer Dominic Drakes, whose speed and experience will spearhead the bowling attack. So Dominic Drakes is set to spearhead that bowling attack, my people. Right? So very, very interesting here. Just wanted you all to know that, Rovman Powell is set to be a part of that. And the league is set to run from the 10th to the 18th of July, right? So definitely looking forward to seeing how these guys will go in this new league. Gonna leave it right here for now. Big up.